Okay, let's clap, guys. Come on. Let's clap. We are late. Good morning. It is Toxic Talk Thursday, October the 3rd, 2024. 15 minutes after y'all guys. Welcome. Shawn Harvey Morning Show feat the Wake Up Team with the two queens, SennyJ and the queen, Miss Miko. This is the only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Chat room is wide open, or you can call in. The number's 570-982-6950. Broadcasting live on all social media platforms. Please like, share, follow, subscribe to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Featuring the Wake Up Team. We hope all is well this morning on Toxic Talk Thursday. This way you get your morning love, but most importantly, it's the only place in this whole entire universe where you get your morning started right. To the Queen, SennyJ, good morning. God bless. Good to see you. And how are you, young lady?
Good morning, Shawn. I'm doing great. Good morning to everybody listening. We have an amazing show for you today. We're going to get started with Senny Says, where I will let you know what is going on in Hollywood and entertainment news, because there is a lot. We're also going to have front page news with SennyJ, where I will let you know what is going on locally, nationally, and globally. So you want to make sure you stick around for that.
Ow.
Hey, Miss Miko. Hey, girl.
Hey, y'all. Hey. Hey, Shawn. Hey, Cindy. What's up, everybody listening? It's your girl, Miss Miko. It feels good to be here with you guys on this Toxic Talk Thursday. Toxic. That's the name of the game today, and that's what we're going to be talking about, all things toxic. But before we get into that, let's talk about this weather. The weather is just simply lovely. That's the word I'm going to use, lovely. It's currently 59 degrees where we are in Lehigh Valley, where we broadcast live from. It's going to a high of 75. It's going to be sunny, light wind, not cold at all. Just a beautiful day. New York City, you guys aren't far behind us. You're currently 53 and you're going to a high of 72. You too, a beautiful sunny day, no worries. Take a light jacket, just a maybe not even a jacket, just a light sweater, and you'll be able to enjoy the day. Ladies, it's still okay. It's still sandal season. You can still have your toes out today. Today you're okay. When the high is 60, no good, no sandal season. But the high is going to be 75, so you can still wear your sandals. You can still be cute. You can still go out and enjoy. But before you do anything else, you want to stick with us, the only place on earth where you get your morning started right.
All right, when you get your morning started right, welcome, guys. We're going to jump right into this. But before we jump into the show, I got a few questions. My first one is the statement. I don't know what Miss Miko's talking about. It's not sandal season no more.
It still is. Yes, you can still get away with it. You can. Absolutely.
Not yesterday.
It's October the 3rd.
Yesterday it was not. I had my feet out yesterday. Yes.
Girl, it was cold as hell yesterday.
It was not.
Were you still in Puerto Rico yesterday?
Jeans, a cute top and some strappies. Yes, you absolutely can.
It was 62 degrees yesterday.
It was gorgeous yesterday. You can still wear your sandals out, your toes out. Yes, you can.
I would beg to differ from Miss Miko.
I literally saw kids leaving school with jackets on. Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's a lie, Cindy. That's a lie. In the morning, it may be cool, but in the afternoon, evening, it was perfect.
Where were you? No. Where were you? Were you in the Lehigh Valley?
I was in the valley last night. I was in the valley. I went out to dinner with my girlfriend, and I had on strappy sandals with some jeans, and I was fine.
Okay, because you went from the car to the inside. You wasn't outside. Well, no, if you were outside for longer than 10 minutes, it was cold as hell. It was breezy. It was. And did you have a jacket on?
No, I didn't.
Cindy,
I don't know, Miss Miko.
I had a long sleeve shirt, and some sandals.
Cindy, you're wasting your time interrogating this young lady. She's in full denial. She just gave you up. It's 59 degrees outside. She's wearing sandals. She's talking about telling everybody else that it's okay to have their toes out.
It's still okay, right?
I was on the bus yesterday. I was outside for real, and it was cold as hell. So
let me tell you something.
I know what you're talking about, girl.
SennyJ, I went back old school. I had the 2 pair of socks on. I had 2 pair of socks on.
It was not that cold. You dragging it. You going too far. It was not that cold last night.
I believe him.
Miss Miko is giving some information that I think that we shouldn't take, but you can do what you want. You're grown. This is not open toe season. That's done.
You can still wear your toes out. A little peep toe don't hurt nobody.
No, it's finished. It's done. And Miko, what's the current weather right now again on the East Coast?
Currently it's 59 degrees, going
Okay.
to a high of 75.
No.
The high ain't till four
High of
o'clock.
No,
75.
no. You might be high telling us this information. Hold on.
Period. Period.
Hold on.
Because that's the only way. Okay.
Uh, guys, and even the fellas, everybody, shout out to Miss Miko and SennyJ. I wouldn't put it, ladies in the if ladies in the chat room, are y'all still? Let's ask the few ladies that are in the chat room right now, Sister Soldier, Lynette Serrano, and all the others. Are you wearing open toes? Is it this morning at 59 degrees on the East Coast? Now I can understand if you're out in California in the Baja, you in the Mexico Baja, and I understand. I'm talking about right here in the East Coast. Ladies, put a number in chat room if you're going outside right now, showing those toes like Miss Miko. Miss Miko, do
I'm
you have
giving myself a number one because I am definitely gonna run to the store after the show and my feet will be out.
Okay, good. Welcome to the show, guys. We truly appreciate you. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. We're gonna jump right into this. So, Cindy, and thank you guys. Please like, share, follow, subscribe to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show Wake Up Team. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Miss Miko, why don't we just Cindy, let's get right into this real quick while I get my phone charger, if you don't mind.
Okay, y'all. We'll get right into this.
Thank you.
Because I'm ready. I just want to make sure Sean's ready because I'll start saying a story and then he'll be like, remember? Okay, I did a show 2 years ago back in Buffalo, right? And when I was doing the show,
Cindy, you are absolutely right. He doesn't
I just want to make sure, Sean, you're ready to get started with the show and you don't have anything else to say. Because if you don't, I will carry on with the show. You guys all know that unfortunately, and I actually, I'm sorry, let me just put this out first. When everybody was talking about John Amos dying, and there was a couple other greats that had died, in the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, wasn't he old? Like, I feel a certain way when everybody's like RIP, and I'm so sad. Who was checking for John Amos? And I say that in the most respectful way possible. You guys are not checking for these people that died. You don't remember the last thing that they were in. You talking about it's so sad. And I mean, I get it. It's nostalgic because, you probably grew up with them or whatever, but all these think pieces and like that person, he was 84 years old. He lived a long life. I think we should normalize, just being like, oh, he lived a long life, good for him.
Normalize death. Is that what you're saying, Cindy?
Yeah,
normalize accepting death.
Yeah, celebrate it. Stop being so, I mean, is it really that sudden if he's 84? But let me get into that story, okay? John Amos's family is fearing that the actor was cremated to avoid any potential investigation into his death. On Tuesday, October 1st, John Amos's son and caretaker, Casey Amos, shared in a statement that the Emmy Award nominee died back in August. This morning, John Amos's daughter, Shannon Amos, said that she and others in her family had no clue that her father was deceased. Then, moments ago, news broke that the cause of death was congestive heart failure. John's death certificate, which was first obtained by TMZ, damn TMZ, the family can't even get a copy first. It also revealed that he was cremated 9 days after he passed away and no autopsy was performed. A lengthy statement was given from John and his family as they raised questions about his death. They said, "We fear he was likely cremated to avoid any potential investigation into the conditions surrounding his final days. Over the past year, John was isolated from his family and close friends by Kelly, Casey Amos, Eugene Brummett, and Belinda Foster. Despite our repeated attempts to maintain contact, Casey prevented access to him, controlled and monitored his calls. They said our father suffered from dementia, and Casey often gave John verbal prompts to create a narrative on social media that was not reflective of the truth. We are deeply concerned that our father may have been neglected and isolated during his final days as we receive photos from concerned neighbors and medical professionals." It goes on to say that the family is going to continue this investigation. And it's a little alarming because whoever this person is, Kelly Casey Amos, who was his son,
Was he estranged from all of his children, like his family, only close to the son? Because I thought I heard a story early in the summer that the daughter, he was living with the daughter or something like that. I can't remember.
I don't really know. This is the first time I'm hearing about any of this.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if it was really such a problem, why didn't you guys get the courts involved?
Right.
Like, why didn't you, like, was there paperwork? And if KC, who is the son, if he was the one that was caretaking for him, then, you know,
Right.
I mean, I don't know. And if it's they're trying to cover up a death, is the coroner in it too? Because they said it was congestive heart failure. So I don't think anybody can really, how is there foul play with that? So really interesting. I guess we will see what comes about with all of this. But R.I.P. John Amos. You know, I didn't even know you was going through dementia and all that other stuff, but I thought you were you know, I liked him in the stuff that he was in. So I hope the
He
family
was
figures
only in
that.
Good Times, right? I don't remember him in nothing else.
Let me see what he was in.
No. Hold on. First of
Wasn't
all,
he in Die Hard and like Heat of the Night or something?
he was also. Well, you remember, you guys. What's wrong with you guys? He was in Coming to America, which was
Oh
a
yeah.
Oh yeah. That's right. That's right. He's the dad.
First of
That's
all,
right.
sometimes I got to question both of you guys' blackness. Uh,
Jeez.
he
They
obviously.
all look alike. You know what we talking about.
Uh, uh, uh,
Oh my goodness.
that was very,
I,
very
I
racist
can't
of me.
tell him between who's the guy that just died that was in Star Trek, Star Wars, what his name was?
James L. Jones, who
Right.
they actually
Morgan
played.
Freeman, all of them.
They actually played in the same movie. They both were in Coming to America. If you did, James Earl Jones and John Amos. If you're,
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
uh, you- uh, you're being very disrespectful to
Shout
him.
out to
Even
James Earl Jones as well. He was a
now,
real one as well.
no shout out. You obviously don't give a damn.
Who's that? Oh, that's the Verizon guy.
Would they give a damn about me if I died? Please.
Now, John Amos is 83 years old. I mean, I do agree with some of what Cindy's talking about. A lot of folks always want to jump on the horn. Oh, rest in peace. Oh my God, rest in peace. You're
What they
doing
say,
it.
Sean?
Oh my God, rest in peace. Put big pictures up. And the only thing you're doing is for the likes. And then there's some of y'all that want to be the first one to report death. It's a lot of you guys out there. You guys will even bypass the family to report the death because you can't keep your mouth shut. How many times have we saw that?
That's true.
And if there's some strange things going over there with John Amos and his, heart congested heart failure and cover-ups and something obviously must have been covered up. They cremated him. He was dead. The guy was dead 4 weeks ago. He was just
I know.
found
We
out.
just found out. I was like, why is this news? It happened a month ago.
Yeah, this is crazy. So, the daughters, the son, maybe there might be some money involved, maybe just somebody had the policy, signed the policy, got the money and then make the announcement. I don't know. But what we do know is that, John Amos is embedded in the African American culture, obviously, for his roles in the iconic African American sitcom, which, by the way, I always had a problem with it because it was a Jewish dude that wrote, produced it, and they're getting all the money from it, like from the Jeffersons and Good Times and all those guys. Those guys are really benefiting of the Sanford and Son and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So sometimes we need to also remember that. John Amos, SennyJ, 83 or 84 years old. I think you still can rest in peace. Somebody 83 and 84 years old. I think SennyJ has we already know. For me, she has age discrimination issues with folks in this world. Even upon their death, It doesn't matter. It's still
Well, I'm
there's an
not
age
saying
limit
that
for
you
me.
can't.
Uh,
I'm not saying that you. Let me correct what I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't say rest in peace and
You
be
just said that to
nostalgic.
me. You just
And
said that.
be well. Let me rephrase. I think that you can say R.I.P. and be nostalgic of somebody passing, but it shouldn't be met with sadness. You should be,
I was going to get to that
happy
part.
that somebody lived their life to the fullest
Uh,
extent.
I
It's
get it.
usually a sudden death when somebody's younger, 20, 30 years old, a child or something like that. But when somebody's like in their 80s, in their 90s, don't
Benny,
be sad for them. Be
Benny.
happy for them and celebrate their life. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm
Yeah,
not saying that you shouldn't say rest in peace to somebody
well,
who's passed.
well,
Also,
Benny,
if they've been influential in your life or whatever the fact. Don't
Benny,
be
you could,
sad for them.
Benny, you could clean it up or you can try you want to. Came out of your mouth, pause. Benny,
There's a lot of
definitely,
things that come out of your mouth that you should clean up, but go
uh,
ahead.
uh,
Oh,
uh,
y'all starting
Go,
early this morning.
go,
Cindy,
but go ahead. Go
yeah,
ahead.
at least I can acknowledge it. I'm not in denial about the things that are coming out of my mouth,
I
but I'm
don't mind
saying,
what I say either, but just in case there was any
this,
confusion by
no, well,
Sean's
it's
reiteration
too
of
late.
what I
It's too
said,
late.
then
It's too
I'm
late.
cleaning it up for you because you
It's
like to
too late.
paraphrase what you hear. But go
It's
ahead.
too late. It's too late. SennyJ obviously uh have age
How
restrictions
is
on.
that age discrimination?
Excuse me, I didn't say. Let me finish. I said age
No, I'd
restrictions.
like you to explain to me how that's age discrimination.
Cindy has age restrictions on rest in peace because Cindy believes that if you're a certain age, there's certain things you can't do. That's another issue. Um, rest in Rest in peace. Can you say rest in peace? I don't even know
Yeah.
it. But John Amos, rest in peace, brother. And God bless you. And all the turmoil with his family and that whole thing, it gets messy with families upon a death of a loved one.
Mm-hmm.
So rest in peace. What else you got, Thing?
The next story I have is there is in Bed-Stuy. It's been going around for a little bit now that there is like this man-made
Oh, the
aquarium
fish pond. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, but now there are questions about if it will survive the winter. The Bedford Stuyvesant Goldfish Pond has been welcoming curious visitors ever since it was instated this summer. It was crafted from a hydrant leaking into a shallow tree pit, and it will be retrofitted with a plexiglass system to keep the fish swimming in the wintertime.
Oh,
Pond
hush.
creator Haj Malik Lovick said last week, less than a month after vandals had actually defaced it and killed some of the fish in the process. The pond on Tompkins Avenue and Hancock Street is busiest with visitors when it rains, though it's unclear if snow will have the same effect. They're saying we're going to put heaters in it, and Haj Lovick, he actually created a GoFundMe fundraiser to winterize the makeshift pond with an outside ventilation system, which already has reached a goal of 3,000 of its $5,000 goal, and it's also going to be solar panel generated. He said it contended, I'm sorry, Lovett contended his plans to enclose the pond, said that it won't encroach on the city's access to the fire hydrant. Pond visitors floated their own ideas to keep the fish swimming through the winter. Some said, I wonder if they could cover it like a fish tank. Others mentioned bringing the fish inside until the weather is warm again. Regardless of how it will be handled, the goldfish purchased and dumped into the pit by Lovick earlier this summer will suffer from changes in temperature, chemical runoff, and possibly rats. Fish in these conditions are going to die one way or another. Somebody called the pet project animal abuse. Oh, I'm sorry. That was actually veterinarian Ben Rosenblum.
Mm-hmm.
Already, at least 2 311 calls have been made to the site reporting animal cruelty since the pond was there in August. The DEP has shut off the leaking hydrant several times, but the pond's defenders have quickly opened it back up. They said there are real safety concerns with damaged or leaking hydrants. It can impact the availability of water for fire emergencies, and it can impact water pressure and cause supply issues for the neighborhood. If you guys haven't seen this, I think here's some pictures of the people in this pond.
It's
I
just
haven't
it's too
seen it.
much. It's goldfish. Like it's too much.
Let me see. Let me see.
Ugh.
So that's the pond. What am I looking at?
Oh wait, hold on. Let me turn off this light. Have any of you guys seen the pond?
No, there's a
Yes,
pond
I've
in New
seen
York
it.
City that's created by a fire hydrant. That's what you're saying?
The fire hydrant was leaking into this bottom part, making it like a little pool. So this guy, Haj Malik, he put fish in it, just being an idiot. And the fish were surviving. So then the community started adding shit. Oh, sorry. Started adding stuff to the pond. So now it's been there since August. They've been trying to shut it down. Some people had vandalized it, but the community wants to keep it. It's become like a tourist attraction.
Uh,
Yeah, it's too much.
and this is where in New York City?
Bedford Stuyvesant,
Right.
Brooklyn.
So the one thing about this, and shout out to everyone in the chat room, we truly appreciate you guys. We got some new exciting news that we're going to give you guys next week, and we're going to change a little things around, and hopefully you guys will support, and we truly appreciate it. We're just expanding the show so we can reach more people. The one thing we can say about this, Miss Miko and SennyJ, is New Yorkers are so creative, man. We have just I'm a New Yorker. I mean, I don't live in New York, but I'm a New Yorker. If that makes sense. Miss Miko's a New Yorker. SennyJ's a Pokemanian. But you can't knock the guy for this brilliant idea of taking the fire hydrant water and putting fish tank in it. I like it. I like it.
It's a great idea, yeah. But
It's
trying to
great.
keep them alive through the
You're
winter
trying
and
to keep
running.
them alive. Now, is it the right thing to do? No. It's ridiculous. Who's
Thank you.
maintaining this? And sir, we need the fire hydrant just in case there's an emergency. We need the water line, sir. The residents, the block, just in case there's a fire. We got to push all out the way. The goldfish is not going to survive when it's 20 degrees outside. Let's not. Why don't you take the goldfish, take them to the pet shops, and let the other fish eat the goldfish, because I think that's what it's about. This is a ridiculous situation. Thanks for sharing. You have to eliminate this whole thing. Why don't somebody just go over and just knock it over? I don't know. Who's watching this?
Mm-hmm.
The community.
This is something that has to be taken down. It's October. Listen, I don't know what's gonna survive longer. The goldfish when it get cold outside, or Miss Miko Big Toe. I don't know which one's gonna last.
That's hilarious.
Miss Miko's still wearing open toes, and this guy still got goldfish outside. It
Yeah,
was
it's
a
crazy.
novel. It was
Goldfish not supposed to
something.
live past a week, Sean. So why are we trying to make them survive the winters in New York City, and we trying to get an irrigation system and a heating system? It's just too much. It was cute. You did it for the summer. They die. Bring them back spring of 2025, and
Yeah.
let's start all over again.
Yes,
That's how I
right.
feel.
It's not their natural habitat. Right?
Yeah.
You know, but I do give this young man, credit for trying to save a goldfish in New York City on the fire hydrant. But that's what people do in New York. That's why they're so creative.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Dixon, good morning, bro. What else you got, City? Anyway, can I ask you a question? Wait, one thing, guys. I just got to report. What's one thing? Guys, remember the other day I broke the chair? Well, the new chair came the other day. Thanks, Jennifer. I got the chair. Chair's right here, okay?
Who's Jennifer?
Pachetti. She the one who gave me the link to get the exact chair when I broke the chair while we was doing the show last week.
Okay.
So I got the chair.
What are you sitting on? The other
I'm
broken one?
sitting on my
You don't want
other
to break
little.
it again?
Yeah, I'm not sitting on this chair. I don't want to break it again. I'm sitting on a little stool right here. So thank you, Jennifer. And we got the chairs back, and it's just sitting here, and I'm not touching it. Continue on, Cindy. Welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. I
Well,
purchased Lynette one chair. I bought one chair. It was $90, and it came already assembled. It
Oh,
came
that's
yesterday.
good.
It came yesterday. It was the same identical chair.
the chair
And
that's one piece. Of course, it's gonna come already assembled.
I didn't see, but I didn't know that. I didn't know.
You broke the chair in half.
I know. I thought
So
it
what do you
came.
think you were gonna have to put together?
I don't know because everything that's delivered, like when people deliver items to their house, it's gonna be delivered. I don't
Okay,
know. It has to be
okay.
assembled. This came just like this, and I'm grateful for it. And when they went out when it got delivered, my wife didn't say a word because I just replaced it. It was nothing. It was no. You broke the chair and all that. I just replaced it. Continue on.
Um, America's second favorite sex offender, P. Diddy Combs, has been hit with more allegations. He was hit with a wave of 120 new sexual assault allegations. A Texas-based attorney, Tony Busby, said he's representing more than 100 accusers in a series of new lawsuits that he will be filing expeditiously. At a news conference held on Tuesday, Tony Busby said he is representing 120 accusers with allegations. He said, "We will expose the enablers who enabled this conduct behind closed doors. We will pursue this matter no matter who the evidence implicates. Many powerful people," he said, "many dirty secrets." He added that his team has collected pictures, video, and texts. Busby added that the allegations will include violent sexual assault or rape, facilitated sex with a controlled substance, dissemination of video recordings, sexual abuse of minors. There also has been a report of um, he said during his press conference that at one time there was a young boy who was actually 9 years old at the time of the assault. And a lot of people were saying, "Oh, well, how do they know?" And da 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 da. A lot of these assaults that happen with these people, many of them after actually went to the police, actually went to the hospital to have tests done, and they had found illegal substances in their system while they were minors. He said it's a long list already, but because of the nature of the case, we are going to make sure we are right before we do that. He said he had a total of over 3,000 people call his office with reports against Diddy. However, he was only able to verifiably vet these 120 people. He plans to begin filing the lawsuits in various states within the next 30 days. Um, also, in the midst of this, P. Diddy has hired a new legal team.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Peace to the old ones who couldn't get him out on bail twice before." So I guess he has a roommate in jail whose name is Sam Bankman-Fried. And so he's actually hired his lawyer, and they are going to the courts for a third time ahead of his trial to see if he can get bail release, which I think is just going to be a big fat no. But we shall see, because it looks like his trial is set to start soon.
October 10th, I think it is. I think next week.
Okay, yeah, they didn't put it in this
Wait,
story.
wait a minute. His trial supposed to
Not
start.
his trial. He has to go back and see the judge October 10th.
Right. Go
Not
back and
his
see the film.
bail.
For the
Yeah.
bail.
Until
Okay,
October
okay,
10th.
okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you guys are not doing nothing this Saturday, come on out to Jetport Lounge in Allentown. That's 3400 Jetport Road. Your folks from the Poconos, y'all come on down too. We got the New York King talent, my man Aldo, Amber James, Talent Jr., the new sensation Todd Lawrence, and hosted by myself, DJ Menace, the legendary DJ from out here. He's going to be the DJ. Sponsored by my man Ching Ching Production. Y'all come on out. We got a few tickets left. Let's get our laugh on. That's this Saturday, October the 5th. At I know I'm talking a little slow here because there's a lot going on here, Miss Miko. At Allentown, that's October the 5th at the Jetport, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then November the 9th, we got Smokey Suarez coming out. So y'all come on out and see Smokey. Smokey's super hilarious. And then in December, we have our one and only Steph K that's in the chat room. She's gonna come on out. So Talent this Saturday, October the 5th, Smokey November the 9th, and Stephanie on December the 12th. All right. You're talking about Diddy, right?
Yep.
Diddy is done. Okay. It's over. He should have, like we said before, he should have had Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton and all them representing him the moment he went to jail. He got this attorney that's more of a litigator, trying to cut a deal here and there. He needs to be out of jail. But now you have 120, 300, 4,000, like the Diddy hotline. They have to hire additional staff for the Diddy hotline to take all the calls.
Shut up, Shawn.
Shut up.
There's a Diddy hotline, and 3,000 people. People, and you know what? The 95% of these people are probably bullshit. I get it. But those 5% still come up to about 500 people.
120 apparently out of 3,000.
Diddy's so nasty. He got 120. He got some little kids involved. Yo,
the kids is diabolical. That's crazy.
And I want to ask one question before I get into the story. And I'm asking to Miko, Jaguar Wright, this singer, is online spilling, just telling everything about.
He's been doing that for years, Shawn. It's not new. She's been doing that for years.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Now Diddy, now you got a new.
Go ahead.
Now you have a new attorney or a team of attorneys. It's too late. If they denied you bail twice, you're not getting out of jail. You're going to be sitting there until next year. I mean, I know you got a court date coming up on October the 15th. And honestly, I think they should just keep you in jail. I don't think that you should be out of jail right now. I'm sorry. You should be stuck there. You are nasty. And this is a mess. And just as everybody speculate online, just drop a dime on everybody else. Maybe that might can get you out on bail. Just drop a dime. I don't know if that can help you out, but sir, you are not going nowhere. And you're pathetic. You're nasty and you're a freak. And that's it. I don't know what to say about this.
Is him being a freak and going to jail? Is that what he's charged with, being a freak? I mean, how many freaks we got walking amongst us? How many freaks we got in the chat room? Like, come on.
He's in jail because he was using Bad Boy Records, Revolt TV, all of his corporations as a vehicle to commit these crimes. That's basically
what are the crimes? Hosting adult freak-offs?
No, that's not the crime. It's holding people against their will, sexually assaulting people, which means against their will. They can be of age and you can rape them. So that's what is being alleged. So you have to prove that you weren't raping these people while they were attending your parties.
But they kept attending a party. They kept going to the party.
You can go to a party, even if you know that there's going to be illicit. You can be in the. I
go to a party and you sexually assault me today, I'm not going back to your party tomorrow.
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait.
I'm not going to go back.
I hear you. Here's where they're going to get him. Cindy's right about the racketeering part is that all the entities of, all his businesses, Bad Boy. She's right about that. But this is where they really gonna get him. It's gonna sound crazy. And shout out to my beloved niece Shannon Berry. God bless. This is where they really gonna get him. Remember, they had a bunch of firearms in there, and the serial numbers were ripped off.
Okay, I remember that.
They're gonna give them about 15,000 counts because that's a federal crime to take the serial numbers off of any weapons in America. They're gonna get them on that. A lot of this might be speculation. A lot of sex, the freak offs. They got to prove that. I get it, but this is something that they don't have to prove, and they're gonna put that. They're gonna clump that into the racketeering that Finney's talking about. So they might give him 5 years for each number that's removed from the gun on the serial numbers, and they give him 25 years for something like that. So I think the gun charges are going to be prominent also in the Diddy case. Either way, he's screwed.
And also, I want to say, we know about Cassie and her, involvement with him and his relationship, but all of these victims are not repeat offenders. You were talking about over 25 to 30 years of him having parties, doing these type of things. So there could be 120 people that only went to his house one time. And also a lot of people, because what they're saying in these lawsuits is that they were unknowingly drugged. So, you get ketamine, GHB, pink cocaine into somebody's system. They could go to a party, wake up, not remember what happened to them, but know that something happened to them, but feel like they can't go to the police because what are they really going to say?
Okay.
So there are all types of scenarios that happen. It's not, oh, these girls, these minors, these whatevers were going to his party every week and letting this happen to them and then coming out and reporting it. So we also have to take that into account. And that's basically what's going on with him right now.
And it's
It's not
and
that
not
he's a freak, it's that he was willingly doing this to
not,
people
not
without them knowing.
and not only that, it's also a crime of stupidity. He's going to go to jail for that as well because we already know what the current climate is from the last 10 years with Bill Cosby and also R. Kelly. So Diddy was behaving recklessly and committing these sexual crimes, I believe, as well, knowing, even though he was under the influence of drugs, I believe, and alcohol, he was still behaving in this sinister way, not knowing that the repercussions could be severe, and knowing that R. Kelly went through this, knowing that Bill Cosby and all others have gone through this, rightfully so, and he continued. I give it. I agree with Cindy again. Like with the other day, Miss Miko, it's the protection of the complexion. All these black
Yeah.
folks are going. They're going down. They're going down, and that's one of the issues here with Diddy. Diddy 5 years ago. How many times I've been saying this on this show? Few years back, Diddy already knew how all this criminal activity he was doing. Only thing he had to do, just like the rest of them, they should have just went public and said, "Listen, I'm nasty. I'm a freak. I've done freaky things. I've dragged women down hallways. I touched little boys. I did all this. I apologize. I'm going to rehab. I'm changing my life around." Some of these things you got to get in front of. I know the addiction and the drugs and the lifestyle didn't allow any of them to get in front of the issues. But I'm sending this message to all these superstar prominent people that are out there tripping right now. Turn yourself in. Turn yourself in before anybody else turn you in. Admit you're wrong, and then you'll be good. Because if Diddy would have did that, maybe he would still be free today. So also, committed the crime of stupidity, and they're gonna make an example of him that they made with everybody else that's been involved in these type of situations.
Sean, Michael Grassi made a good point. He said, "How come they never How come they never have been an investigation into Hugh Hefner parties that probably turned into freak offs?"
Well, again, it goes back. It goes back to what's. Hey, are we in District 9? It goes back to what Cindy said. And how many times do I agree with Cindy J? But she's absolutely right. This is the
But it could
Babylonians. Hold on, the Babylonians and the Nordics and the Scandinavians have a different privilege model than the neighbors. It
Yeah.
might be glorified with the Nordics and the Babylonians, but it's not glorified with black folks and Latinos. We're going to get severely punished for it because that's the way the system is designed. And
but
this is the person that they denied him $50 million bond, a black man, $50 million, and he had money. What does that tell you?
Well, I think he should know because Jeffrey Epstein put up 100 million bond, and he's a white man, and he sat his behind right in jail until his untimely demise. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't know why Diddy thinks he's going to go above that. And Jeffrey Epstein knows high-powered people. The people that are filed in Diddy's lawsuits are probably like music execs, other artists, da da da. Da. They're high profile. But the
And
the
another crime, and the main crime with this, Miss Miko, just to kind of clear it up, is he used his power and his influence to literally have people dangling on, like you know how they got those little toys and they dangle them like this. He used his power to influence these folks with fear, jeopardizing their jobs, having them, do these things that against their will because they were all caught up in the lifestyle, and Diddy was probably, employing some of these people, and they didn't want to lose their jobs. And under that duress, they committed, they were subjected to his sexual harassment, and that's against the law. You can't take your power like that and try to have sex with everybody and have them do all these compromising situations. There's laws against that. So you can say freak offs, and we could minimize it down to just freak offs, and everybody was willing, but that's not the case. And they have laws against it. That's why they gave him the RICO status. That's why he's done. They gave him
and
the they gave him the John Gotti RICO status. He's done.
and
He's done.
also with the Hugh Hefner parties. I mean, if it's at the Playboy Mansion, your parents are less, not to say that there were never minors there, but a parent is less likely to bring their child to the Playboy Mansion than maybe an all-white party in the Hamptons, where they're then rubbing arms with Sean Combs, who's going to tell them that their 9-year-old is going to be in a record deal and, let him stay and let him meet all the other kids and we going to have a thing. Oh, Justin Bieber leaving your kid here. That's not happening at the Playboy Mansion. And probably Hugh Hefner had the money to pay the people to shut the hell up. If anything did happen, he
Yeah.
paid. Diddy didn't want to pay. That's the problem with Diddy now. If he would have paid Cassie back then like he was supposed to and put her on like he was supposed to, she would have kept her mouth shut. Lil Rod, who put out that lawsuit against him because he kidnapped him from like November to February to video his life, you should have paid his ass. And then he wouldn't have filed the lawsuit against you and threw other people in it. He was a
And to,
narcissist and he was greedy. That's why they coming for your ass.
and to Mike Dixon's point, yeah, John Gotti did get off those 2 trials, but when they linked up all that RICO trial together, he was done. That's why Diddy's finished. When they put that RICO on, it's a wrap. It's over because they're gonna involve all his entities involved with this crime. He's finished. He's done. I don't see him getting out of jail anytime soon.
Mike Dixon, what 9-year-old is going to an adult party? Plenty. Justin Bieber,
Yeah.
Usher, wasn't Usher
Usher
a
was
young
one.
boy
Justin
when his
Bieber.
mother shipped
I
him
hear
off?
Will Smith's son is coming out and talking as well.
So
Jaden Smith. He
many
got a story to tell about the Diddy party too when he was a child.
So watch
And
out.
and I get it. There might be some Diddy sympathizers out there, like, yo, let him out, blah blah blah. No, this guy is a menace to society, and he can't be trusted. And he's detoxing off of drugs right now, and he can't be out in the streets. He just can't be.
Sean.
Yes, the
And
parents
speaking of
might
that,
be
hold on.
crazy.
Absolutely.
And speaking of that, right? We know Miss Miko's current history. Maybe there might be a lawsuit for Miss Miko to file. She
Miss
was
Miko, were
running.
you ever at a Diddy party? Because
Yeah, yeah,
Wait, here's the
you used
thing.
to run with them.
Here's
yeah.
the
You
You used
used
thing.
to
to
run
run
with
with
them,
them.
and you were
Here's the
underage.
thing. Wait, let me explain myself. Here's the thing. So I did go to a few parties in the Hamptons. This is back in the 90s.
And
but
how old were you?
I was never.
How old were you?
I was like 18, 19. But here's the
Barely
thing.
legal.
I was never offered to stay. So was I not good enough?
Right.
Girl, you had the
I had
complexion
to
for the
go
protection.
at 1:30. I was never offered to stay. I'm like,
Yeah. Well, that might
I'm
be
thinking
something.
back.
Right. Or hey, wait a minute. Don't say that publicly. You got time to call the Diddy hotline and put in a claim right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. This recant what you just said and go get that money.
Think real hard, Miss Miko. Think real hard, girl.
Yeah. You
I'm
talking?
I
saying
mean,
you're good for.
he did say I look nice once,
There you go.
and I
Now
was
there you go.
offended.
Now there you
Get
go.
you a
Now
little
go get your
30K
money.
real quick, girl. Get
Let
you
me
a little 30K.
listen. If I ever was you, I don't know, Miss Bickle, you must have lost your mind. If I was at a Diddy party, I'm calling that hotline, whether he said anything to me or not. I'm gonna get me some pay. And listen, the people who was wearing the Sean John jeans, they should file a lawsuit. Like, just he's finished. But the
Yeah.
music, they should keep playing. No question about it.
So they can play Diddy, they can't play R. Kelly? Is that what you're saying?
Now they can play them both. You know how I feel. You can play R. Kelly music. I don't
No.
care.
I was listening to my Pandora yesterday, right? And I had it on 90s R&B. Yo, why a Total song came on and Diddy was like, yeah. You know how you doing those ad-libs? I was
Yeah.
like,
Take that.
So Cindy, wait a minute. Are you not Cindy? You're not
I was
gonna
like,
listen?
dang, he was on everything.
Diddy ran the 90s and early 2000s. He ran it.
Exactly. Listen, if I'm at a party, comedy show, whatever, and they play that Diddy, that bad boy music, I'm dancing to that bad boy music, or I'm singing along with it. Why not?
I'm not.
Cindy, are you gonna do the
I'm
same thing
keeping
on
that
R. Kelly?
same energy.
You're not dealing with no Diddy music?
Unfortunately, no. I'm
Miss
not.
Mingo. Miss Mingo, are you dealing with are you like your uncle?
I do. I listen to Diddy
You
and I
gonna
listen to
you
R.
gonna
Kelly.
be singing the ad-libs when he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, take that,
Yeah.
Take that.
it's
Yeah.
bad
Yeah.
boy. All
Yeah.
that.
I'm gonna sing all that. Put a number
All
one in
that.
the
Wow.
Put a number one in the chat. Put a number one in the chat
Clock
room.
that T, as my daughter would say, clock that T. I'm not.
Put
Clap
a
that tea.
Clock that
put
T,
a
sis. I'm clocking it, Miss Miko. I'm sorry. I gotta call you on that. No, girl.
Oh
number
my
one in
God.
the put a number one in the chat room if you're still listening to Diddy music. Put a number two if you're not. Miss Miko, if you don't mind, give me 14,000 number ones. I'm still partying to that Diddy music. That
Me
music
too.
from the 90s was classic.
It was a
112,
good
Mary
time to
J.
be alive.
Blige, G Def, all of that. The Diddy album.
Sean, call Hot Sauce. Ask him if he's playing Diddy music because I
I
please
did.
would request. Please do not.
Cindy, I had that discussion with Hot Sauce. He's full go on playing Diddy music, R. Kelly music. Play
I'm
that
gonna call
music.
him after the show. I'm gonna call him
Well,
after
you're
the
gonna be
show because
wasting your time.
it's gonna be unacceptable.
Put a number one chat room if you're still partying to that Diddy music. Give me 17 number ones. Let's get that music popping. All right, Miss Miko, we're gonna turn it over to you. God bless whatever segment you have today, and it's good to see you. And guys, don't forget we're back tomorrow, 8 a.m. Excuse us for being a little late this morning. That was me. We was actually having a meeting, and the meeting ran over 8 o'clock, and we forgot. So that was true, Cindy. That was true.
Y'all take a guess at what our meetings sound like on this show.
Yeah, no doubt.
We are professional as whoa.
Who's listening to that Diddy music? Harvey is. No
Oh.
doubt.
So for my segment today, guys, it's not tips. It's not anything like that. But I came across an article in Complex Magazine from Kanye West, and it's kind of tying into what we're talking about with Diddy. So Kanye West said, and I quote, "What's happening to Diddy is what I was talking about, but y'all called me crazy. The system is simple. First, they monetize you and give you power just so they can control you. And then when they can't control you anymore, they destroy you. They're angry with me because they can't control me. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce. They can control Diddy and every other person they're controlling, but they can't control me. They want me to be Kanye West, but I'm Ye. I don't care who you are. I'm not taking any disrespect from anyone, even if you think you're a higher power. The only person who control me and even disrespect me is, if he wants to, is God. My mother isn't here because she was sacrificed. Michael Jordan sacrificed his daddy. Dr. J sacrificed his son. When you're in Hollywood, you sacrifice a lot just so they can give you the money and the power and then control you. God loves me, and that's what I realized myself. And I went back to him and became Christian Ye. He refused to be When I refused to be controlled, they didn't have anything they could use against me. So they instead took away everything I had. And after they took away everything, Forbes magazine, who hated me, was quick to write, Kanye West is now, his net worth is now negative 40 million. And all I could do is laugh because I'm still a billionaire. Jesus is king and God loves me. So I'm saying the truth. I'm letting this truth out because as long as God is on my side, nothing will happen to me. Signed, Kanye. This was in Complex Magazine, guys. Go check it out. So do you think there's some truth to the Illuminati
Some truth
and
to
what's
what?
going on with Diddy? Like, do you think his power is being taken away from him now? Do you think Kim Porter was a sacrifice?
No, I don't. I don't think. Thank you for sharing that. I'll give my opinion. I don't think. No, I don't think it's none of that. I
Don't
think
laugh,
that.
Cindy.
I think that. Yeah, she's laughing because it's really comical that we the times that we live in, we so polarized that we got to give an excuse for everybody's behavior. Diddy brought himself down for some of the various reasons that Cindy talked about and some of the reasons that I talked about. He brought himself down. It's the way he treated people. It's the way he manipulated folks. He's nasty. This has nothing to do. This is the universe coming back calling for Diddy. This has nothing to do with
Okay.
it has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
There's
I'll
a
go with that because
there's a
sometimes,
lot of
things come back
successful
here.
there's a lot of successful people out there that behave the correct way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's knock it off. There's probably more people that behave a certain way to betterment their communities that are worth money than they are not. And this is Diddy who got caught up. He got caught up. He got caught up in the lifestyle, got caught up in the drugs, got caught up in the vagina, and he misbehaved.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't no setup from somebody else. I don't believe that.
And you know what's so sad that he said in that article is that he believes his mom was a sacrifice. Like that is how you're coping with your mom's death is by conceptualizing a conspiracy theory. Like that is so unfortunate for him. And it just shows you can have all the money in the world and you can still just be so broken inside,
Yeah,
than
and
rather accepting that your mother died, unfortunately, from a medical error. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah, and that's the thing. Like conspiracy theorists and theories were sort of in check 20 years ago, 30 years ago. But the times that we live in today, because all the information is in real time,
Right.
and people, fake news and all this stuff, people are more susceptible to believe conspiracy theories and non-truths before they believe the truth now. This is the times that we live in today. And that's the one thing that I don't like about the social media and the internet about these conspiracies. Now, it's good to have a healthy conversation about a subject or something that we're talking about, but to go all the way to left field with these absurd kind of just making up out of my head, what about this and that? I always have a problem with that. And Kanye, are you really in a position yourself to be talking? You might come down on that Diddy list. Calm down, sir. And that's another thing. You don't hear these celebrities saying nothing right now. Everybody's quiet. So you already know.
You're right. And
I'm
all
just
those legal execs that quit their job and stepped away and stepped down, like, why y'all walking away from your job? What's going on?
I like
shout out to
listen.
Kanye West.
Yeah, shout out to Kanye because I that is one when you talk about separate the music from the person, I'm gonna give that all the way to Kanye because he be he be out there, but his music is on point. I don't give a damn what he talking about, but that music is gonna hit every time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I am gonna say I do entertain conspiracy theories because I'm a critical thinker. And I think if you're actually critically thinking, it's good that if you can be objective and see things from all sides. But you have to also use common sense, knowledge that's out there, facts that you already know. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, I don't go down the rabbit hole with everybody saying, do I think that some of those things could happen and be possible and people in high positions do insidious things? Of course. But you gotta think about it within the parameters of the information that is actually given and that you actually know. I'm not gonna ride on a conspiracy theory and negate actual facts that
Well,
will obviously knock that out the box.
look at SennyJ growing up on this show. It took
No,
years.
it's just
Let me
because
say,
you
no,
like to
no, no.
exaggerate everything
It
I
it
say.
it 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 took years and years, and you stayed fast with your uncle, and God bless you for that. Critical thinking, there's nothing wrong with critical thinking. I think critical thinking is part of those dope conversations that you have where you go, you know what, y'all could bang off each other, pause on a conversation. There's nothing wrong with that. But all that conspiracy when people, the first thing that, they say, oh, I don't believe that. It's not real because that happened and they don't have no proof on it. That's the problem that I have. Critical thinking, talking about an issue, and those parameters that you're talking about, Cindy J, it's part of a healthy conversation, whether you disagree or not. Yes,
And you
Cindy,
know
what you
what I
got?
also think is funny? Just as much as all these celebrities talk about Illuminati and all this insidious stuff going on, right? They know that. And they still try their best to break into the industry.
They do.
So why? That's just like y'all saying these girls keep going to Diddy parties. If y'all know they sacrificing loved ones and taking your soul and
Right.
putting you, why y'all try your whole life to get into it? So you want that to happen to you. So I'm trying to figure out. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Because
I
people
get
have
it.
been talking about the Illuminati since what? Since the inception of the music industry, right? Oh, the it's so dangerous to the music industry. It's this, and that. And yet y'all every day push yourselves into the industry. So
Mhm.
why?
Yeah,
Be independent.
I mean, I could get the karma, and I could get good karma, bad karma. The Illuminati. I mean, they've been talking about this for 16,000 years. I don't know who is the person. Where are they? Are they located somewhere? Where can we find them? Do the
Where,
Illuminati have
where can we find
Instagram?
them?
Yeah. Do they have a social media page? I don't know. Like, let's what the fuck? I don't understand it. Sometimes we just have turbulence of seeing things just the way they are, and there's nothing wrong with debating it. But sometimes when things are just so obvious, it's just what it is. Come on. Yes, Cindy, what else you got for me?
Not y'all making excuses for the people who want to be in the Illuminati, but can't make an excuse for a rape victim.
John
I'm done
Alicia
with y'all.
said, when they're
I'm done.
interested, they'll send you a letter in the mail. You find out, they find you, Shawn.
John, forward me the letter that they sent to you, sir. How about that? Forward me the letter that they sent to you. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, God.
Sometimes
Okay.
things are just what they are. It's just what it is. I mean, you can analyze it. You can change the picture around. You can do all that, but sometimes it's just what it is. Diddy and others were just terrible people that victimize other people. That's a crime. That's it. And this is a mess. And he said it. Miko said this. A man that was clothed with a tremendous amount of power.
Yeah.
He lost his mind.
But that's what
You
power will do to you. It'll make you think that you're
Yeah.
untouchable. And I think it really got to him, and he
And
felt.
look, who's the richest black man, black family in America? I forgot the guy's name. He's a billionaire, richer than all of them. You don't see this guy drugging over.
Is that the guy that paid for all the guys from Morehouse? Like
Yeah, I think so. What's his
a
name?
year? I
If you
forgot
don't
his
mind,
name. Yeah.
if you can look it up, if you don't mind.
Hmm.
Yeah, the guy paid for everybody at Morehouse. Guy's
Yeah.
a multi-billionaire. Black guy. Minds his business. He does good for the community. He's billionaire. You don't
Hmm.
get nothing with this guy. Was the Illuminati out for him?
Mm.
So, if you get my point. Go ahead, Cindy. What else you got?
Well, my last story is going to be the biggest thing on everybody's mind. This port workers, dock workers, what they call Sean, longshoremen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put a pause on longshoremen. You
I
got to
had to
pause.
Google it. I said, Sean, what's a longshoreman? He said, yo.
They get money.
He was like, don't call me talking like that.
Yeah, don't talk about a
His name is
longshoreman. You
Robert
gotta
F. Smith,
pause that.
Sean.
Longshoremen. That's a pause, bro.
It
Not
sounds
that.
like somebody I need to be looking for.
Right. And somebody that I need to be staying away from. You ain't going to. Then they got longshoremen meetings. I ain't going to those.
I'm done. Wait, what did you say, Miss
And
Miko?
and I don't even
His
want to be
name
a
is
short.
Robert F. Smith.
Sean,
I don't want to
Rob,
be a short shoreman. That's not gonna be good.
Oh my goodness.
As a matter of fact, I'd rather be a longshoreman than a short shoreman. I don't want to be a short shoreman. I don't want to be that.
You know me, sure,
Sean,
me.
I don't.
I'm tired of you. She
Robert
said his
F.
name is Robert F. Smith. That's his name.
Yeah.
Robert F. Smith. Is he
Yeah.
caught up? Not caught up. The thing's the right way. Not caught up. He can't even bail a ditty out. Go ahead, Cindy. Back to the longshoreman.
Yes, the port worker strike is underway. A lot of people are scared. This is getting very COVID like. What should I stock up on? What I shouldn't? How long is this going to be? What's going on? Well, consumers may notice actually. Uh, oh, I thought that they were going to talk it. Just to give a little synopsis, they are going on strike. These are just the dock workers because this is just talking about the products. It doesn't talk about the strike. The strike is going on the the East Coast docks down to the Gulf. So anything from Maine to Texas is being affected. It's the International Longshoremen's Association, something like that, the ILA. They are striking. They are currently at $39 an hour. They were requesting a $5 increase each year for the next 5 years, which would leave them at $69 an hour at the end of the 5-year contract. And I'm sure once they need to renew, they would probably up that as well. But I don't think that's unreasonable from what these people do day in and day out in extreme temperatures, rain, snow, sun, wind, whatever. The products that are gonna be affected if this is a lengthy strike. Consumers may soon notice that it's harder to find products like bananas, electronics, and alcohol. Now that dock workers at the ports are officially on strike, East and Gulf ports have shut down as 45,000 union workers walked off the job after labor negotiations stalled. Yes, it's called the International Longshoremen's Association and the United States Maritime Alliance. The first ILA strike since 1977 could become one of the greatest supply chain disruptions since COVID, making a plethora of crucial products scarce on store shelves before holiday shopping. The strike is projected to not only cost the economy up to $5 billion a day, but may prove devastating to both small and medium-sized businesses and could also boost prices for voters already frustrated with housing and food inflation. Here's what consumers should know about the strike. What products should consumers stock up on? Items that may experience shortages and higher prices. Seafood. Perishable products like cod from Iceland or Canada and shrimp from Thailand and Ecuador aren't easily transported by train because they need to be refrigerated. Electronics. Cell phones and computers, which now come from the Southeast Asian nations, are routed through East Coast ports. So those are places like Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand, and China. Pharmaceuticals, although these are easier to ship through air, consumers may still notice drug shortages if they can't be facilitated within the month. Cars and auto parts, European cars, machinery ports. The East Coast ports surpass others in the U.S. in shipment of machinery. Alcohol, wine, beer, and spirits imported from Europe, South America, or the Caribbean will take a hit. American drinkers have plenty of domestic options. So, I don't. What are the American options?
Those like Coors Light, stuff like that. Budweiser, those are American beers.
What about spirits? What American wine we make?
I don't know.
Not wine, alcohol. Bananas. About 75% of the nation's bananas enter through East Coast and Gulf Coast ports.
Uh,
Because fruit is perishable, it's not economical to be shipped on planes.
Now,
you put
Cindy,
that,
I
you
wish
put
you
that.
would have told me this like Tuesday, because I went to Target and I'm those people. I bought a whole bunch of toilet paper, a whole bunch of paper towel, a whole bunch of Tide and fabric softener and stuff like that. So
Well,
yeah,
they said don't do that because
I
those are
did.
American made.
I
We
did.
we make toilet paper here, so they're not gonna run out, girl.
You
Well,
forget.
I bought a whole lot. I ain't bought
You,
nothing up, but my cart was only filled with that. That's all I had in my cart. I had like 4 things of Tide. I had 3 big rolls of paper towel, the mega packs, and I had the toilet paper.
Well, I'm gonna come to
So I
you
said
if
we
I
gonna
run
have
out.
clean clothes and toilet paper and paper towel. If we don't got nothing else.
you forgot there's going to be a shortage of baby oil. Uh,
Yeah, because then he bought it all.
there'll be no more baby oil coming through this month.
And Princess said he thinks Absolute is American, Cindy. That's the spirit that's American.
Vodka.
Mm-hmm.
I think we could live without bananas right now. Your
My
iPhone.
son loves bananas.
Look, I
Well,
have bananas right here. I love bananas. They get
Yeah.
old. I'm gonna peel them and freeze them so I can put them in smoothies.
yeah, them bananas is old as hell.
No, they're
not.
sweet.
They're perfectly ripe.
They're perfectly right. Yep. They're great.
Uh, these folks need to pay these folks with their worth because we don't want to shut down the economy. I know they got robots out there working as well. The robots can't move as fast as the humans because that's one of the problems with this strike is that they got the robots in there and the humans are like, yo, what's going on? But the robots can't keep up with this mass production. This is a logistic nightmare. Pay these folks. And the president of the United States also have the power to stop this strike and let them go back to the bargaining table until they resolve it. Joe Biden's not doing it at the moment, right? So these people got to get back to work because if you saw on television and online, the trucks are backed up like a couple of miles away to they're waiting to, for the ships to unload onto the trucks and the trucks are sitting there. This is a hot mess. And it's now towards the end of the year. This is not going to be good for the consumer and for anybody.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. All right, that's it. We're done, right?
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah. Okay, listen, guys, we truly appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow. God bless you, guys. We appreciate you. Cindy, the last word before the last word, please.
The last word.
Okay, Ms. Miko, go ahead with your last word.
My last word is make today so awesome that yesterday gets jealous.
Damn, Cindy, you had nothing. One more time. Cindy, jump out that window behind you because that was crazy what she said.
Look at Cindy looking out the window. Make today so awesome that yesterday gets jealous.
Good.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Elise said stop asking
Stop asking Cindy for the last word.
you know what, nephew? You might be right on that one. You might. Cindy, for real. Yeah. Thank you. We appreciate your service. But yeah, I might have to take that under consideration. All right, guys, come on. We're out of here.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Bye,
See you
guys.
later.
You were great.
Bro.